Today I got an interesting feedback about prompt boost. When a user uses the search, so there is no visual cue to understand from the search results which one of them is a chat mode, which one is a prompt, which one is an instruction. Basically, the only way to know it is either to click and go inside, or when I hover around above it, so I can see in the top, in the bottom left, the URL, so I can see that this one is a chat mode and this one is a prompt. So obviously this is not a very good user experience, obviously. So thank you for the feedback. And I said, okay, this is a nice opportunity to delegate a very simple task to the coding agent and not to do it by myself, not even spend the time occupying my IDE for that. So what I did is I quickly opened the hypervisor, basically the main Copilot screen. I attached the repo as context, and I gave it a simple request. When going to search page and viewing results, there is no way to distinguish what type of tool is each card, etc., etc. And I used GPT-5, which is becoming better and better every day, although I still find myself toggling to Sonnet 4, but it is getting there. It feels like stuff are progressing. And that's it. That's the context I gave the agent. It has also the context of the repo, so it should be able to do a decent job. You can see that it searched in 30 references in the code base, different files, documentation files. So I guess it got pretty good understanding of what's happening, and it gave me a pretty good solution. It even gave me like parts of the code to see. If I open the workbench, you can see that it actually gives you like references to different suggestions. So that's nice. I put it aside for a second, and I said, okay, let's give him a screenshot so he has visual understanding of what's happening. And I also asked him, maybe we'll just do color coding, because if I go here in my website, so there is some color coding to each one of the types. I don't know how well they are. This is something that the agent decided as well on its own. So obviously this is not a universal language. And indeed, I got a very good answer that yes, color helps, but don't rely on color alone. It gave a pretty good feedback that I wouldn't have thought of by my own. The most effective pattern is consistent text plus icon badge plus a subtle color accent. It even explained why not, and this is great for accessibility because it mentioned users with color vision deficiencies reduced contrast won't reliably differentiate types. So amazing that the agent can catch this kind of even real world issues and not just technical ones. So thank you, Copilot. And I went ahead and told them, okay, let's take your proposal. It's good. Another one that I mentioned, and it created an issue for me. So a detailed issue. Second, what did I do now? Okay, yes, demo issues. So no worries because it keeps the session. Yeah, and I can click on the side menu, and I can click on the ticket that the issue that it opened for me, and we can see a pretty detailed explanation on the proposed solution. It even gave the reference that I gave it, and it is auto-assigned to me, but no, I want Copilot to take it, and I'm really interested to see what it will provide. So I will give it the go to create the issue, and we'll pause it here, give the agent maybe a few seconds to do its own. You know what? I'll give it a few more seconds because it's quite nice. So it opened the ticket. okay, there's some error, again, demo. I guess it couldn't assign it to Copilot automatically for some reason, but I will do it. So I assigned it to Copilot, and we should see, yeah, we see the nice looking eyes. Copilot is looking into it, and the it opened the PR also for this, so we can now go to the PR. And this is the place where productivity drops for me, because I really like to look at the agent session while it's running. So you can see that there's some initial plan going on now, and we will be able to see the session. And this is usually where I get stuck, and just look at the agent, and I'm just fascinated with what it's doing. So if we keep looking, we'll see that it's doing its thing. It's interesting to see that it started with GitHub MCP server and the Playwright server. So it's initializing the MCPs at start. Okay, and it's now analyzing the repo, and we'll now give it to do its own. Now, the one thing that I really like is that basically you can do a lot of stuff with the way that the GitHub Copilot agent is integrated with VS Code. So obviously here we have the chat window, but there is also the integrations to see the current sessions, local sessions, and also the GitHub Copilot coding agent. So I can actually see that it's now, this was added, this is the whip that we're working on, and if I click on it, so I can actually see what's happening in real time. And we can see the proposed solution, and we can see what's happening with the coding agent. So basically we can see the session that we just saw on github.com. We can see it here, so we can track what the agent is doing. So this is really nice. Even if I need to still work on something else, I can still, in VS Code, I can go back to VS Code, work on something that I'm working now, but still from time to time, take a peek, see what it is doing. I can actually give it some follow-up instructions if I don't like something, if I want to change it. And this works really well all over. So also, it's interesting that we don't see it here because we should have, oh, maybe I need to refresh it, let's see. So this also should be visible, yeah. So this is also visible here, and I don't know exactly what's the difference between them, but this one shows me the entry point is the PR itself, okay? So I can cancel it from here. I can check out locally if I want to intervene. I can see the full PR. And also from here, I can see, go into the session and see the session log. So many ways. I don't know when VS Code and GitHub will decide if they're fully integrating it with this widget or with the chat sessions or keeping it as part of the Copilot extension, but it's really nice. You can see all of it from different parts, and it's really nice to see what the agent is doing. So let's now give the agent some time and see what happens at the end. Okay, so it looks like the agent is done. Let's take a look Let's update it on the PR itself. Usually there should be a screenshot. Let's refresh it. So we did take a screenshot and usually it puts it here. So I wonder why now we don't have it. Maybe it will take some time to update. Another cool thing is that it tells me, listen, we don't have Copilot instructions here, so shame on me. And it suggests to edit, so I will edit eventually. And it's really interesting to see. So we trusted that the code is good. And I would really like to see the screenshot that it added. And for some reason, I'm not seeing them, and that's a shame. But usually it does. It adds the screenshots, and then you have like visual cue. You can actually see what happened. Fortunately enough, I have a PR previews by Netlify, so we can take a look and see. Okay, so that's nice. We can now see for React that, as I said, we had two instructions and one check mode and one prompt. So now we can clearly distinguish them and see what's going on, and this is pretty good. And basically, now I can go ahead and commit this. Maybe I'll ask for a few small changes, maybe not. But although I was stuck for the demo purpose showing you what's happening, usually while I'm doing this, I will go and be able to work on something else. And this really clears the way to put mundane or small tasks aside while you work on the main tasks. And the fact that you can come and see the updates from different places and be able to still work on your main tasks, but be able to see the work and see the issues and still be able to comment both from the IDE or from the um, GitHub website on its own. So this is really nice. I really appreciate all of these power utilities, and you will see this feature soon in the PromptBoost.dev site. So hope you enjoyed, and thank you.